As you can see, that blind Bartimaeus got his healing and recovery of sight. One of the challenges he had, again, is the prevailing culture. The culture then, a blind man must have a special garment and must be found in a special place. His movement was limited. The choice of the clothes to wear was limited. So, better life too for him was limited. The prevailing culture then told him the choice of clothes to wear. And I'm asking you, what is the choice of the clothes you are wearing today? The choice of the clothing and identity you are carrying. I am a widow. What can a poor orphan do? You don't know my background. I have no father, I have no mother. For how long do you want to keep on telling the same story? I'm just quiet in my corner. I will manage what I have. How long do you want to keep on languishing in penury, in backwardness, in limited life? Do not allow the culture of your environment. No, in my culture, women don't go to school much. After secondary school, we are to go and marry. In my place, if you go to school, after some time, you not find or get husband to marry. After all, I'm a religious person. Because of my religion, I don't need Western education. I don't need to go to school much. I just want to do the work of my father. These are cultural traits, some interwoven with religious beliefs, some with our traditions and customs that have kept our fathers for so long in a limited life. And the same thing some of us are practicing today. When we see an enterprising young man, we discourage him. When any of our children is showing creativity, adventurous life, we try to stop such. We believe so much in conventionality. We are regimented by conservative life. We care less about better way of doing things. We try to kill the passion, the agility, the speed, the intensive right desire of an adventurous youth. We tell them you have to follow the way I followed. I struggled 10 years before I could get my master's. I spent 15 years before I could arrive and come back home with my PhD. Who told you that is the right way to do it? Maybe I should rather say, who bewitched you to think that way? Somebody is telling you can get your MSc less than 18 months, or at most 18 months. You said it's not possible. We try to close the future, the destiny of others that are coming behind us. Before they say anything, you will tell them, I know what I went through before I get to where I've gotten today. Have you asked yourself, where have you gotten to? When Elijah said, I'm not better than my fathers, I wish I was around him. I would have asked him, what did your father achieve in life? Do not allow the prevailing culture in your denomination, in your family, in your culture, in your nation to limit you. If your career will not be fulfilled where you are at the moment, relocate. If the friends and close associates around you are standing on your way, disconnect from them. I had someone in my class some years ago while I was in the secondary school. I was to sit for entrance exam to the university. And I spoke with him on it. He said, no, if I know anybody that would want to sit for that exam, I would discourage him. And I asked him why. He said people don't always pass the exam. By the time I wanted to go for the exam, I didn't tell him any longer. Later I got to hear, he challenged me. And I told him, I said, if I had told you, you would have discouraged me. Mind you, it affected our relationship and friendship. After many years, this man went back to sit for the same exam several times before he could eventually pass and he got admission. I had already graduated from the university by the time he got his own admission. If I had allowed his prevailing thoughts, his prevailing idea, his village mentality to keep me, perhaps I would have lived a worse life than his. Prevailing culture in those days defined who a blind man should be, or the kind of clothes he should wear, and the type of place he must sit. The color of your skin is not your limitation. Your gender is not a limitation. Your background is not your limitation. Even your nation or country of origin is not your limitation. Your limitation is your mind. Jump up. Do not let what you are being fed to bring you into the dungeon of a limited life. Prevail over the limiting prevailing culture. Bartimaeus did conquer. You too can conquer. A day comes when you share the story. Remember, many depend on you. Their future is hanging on your shoulder. You can't afford to disappoint your generation. You can make it, and you will, and you must. It's a challenge and inspiration to you. Arise and take action.